Alright, welcome back to the playtest of Star Rupture. I've been really busy, both at work, and I spent quite a few hours grinding a load of stuff in this game. So it's the last day as far as I'm aware of the playtest, so we're going to do a bit of a good, the bad and the ugly and see what I really enjoyed, what I think needs some changes, and also the ugly. And I'm going to preface anything I say now is going to have to be put down to the fact that this is a playtest. You can't expect everything to be working perfectly. But let's have a look. Actually, before we do anything else, let's just show you something. Now, you've probably seen these things around. Yeah, come up here, especially early in the game. You come up and you go, what the heck is going on here? You can't shoot it. See, doesn't do anything. Can't mine it. But you can see down there, there's something down there. What is it, you may ask? Well, you'll have to wait until later. So, we'll get back to that in a moment. Okay, the good. Look at this place. Look at everything. It's amazing to look at, and I do like it. I like these sort of games, like especially things like Satisfactory. Dyson Sphere Project, not as much in the realm of visually pleasing, but same again. It's an automation game, so you get used to that. Right, let me just run back to the base, and we'll go through a few things. Right, well, this is currently my main base. It's a hodgepodge mess, to be perfectly honest. I haven't really sorted a massive amount out. It's just been producing. I've got this guy over here who is taking both the titanium and the wolfram, and all he's doing is making basic parts, basic building blocks. Then we've got a few other things that are producing things like the titanium rods. You've got some wolfram wire. You've got helium being gathered from way over in the distance, and it's just making stuff. And as you can see, I'm currently producing a couple of things to send off into space, and we'll see how that goes all along in the future. So how is... Oh, you're finished. Well, that's cool. I'll have to reassign that, and I'll do that out of it. Now, if you'll notice, I'm running around at the moment, because I'm running on this base material, I'm not losing any stamina, which is brilliant. I do like that. And oh, by the way, look at the models. And the models, pretty damn cool. So we've got a fabricator here. We've got some furnaces. You've got some smelters. And yeah, it all looks really cool. These have all finished, and they're all full, so I don't really need that at the moment. But yeah, I do like that. Now, just so you're aware, if we look at our base core here, now you've got a cooling capacity, and you start off with 100, which means you can go over the 100, but you will find that it takes longer to cool down all this lot once you've had the rupture. So the higher you've got this, the better off. I've gone way over the top. The current production is 840, so I could lose a load of these. I'm not going to. I just like the idea of putting the windmills up and having it doing that. But if we go into here, you can actually upgrade the cooling. Now the next one is going to be up to 800, and you've got 4 out of 5, as you can see. But that I'm going to need to produce an absolute massive amount to actually get there. I do have a bucket load of helium, and I do have that lem inside here right now. Now, if I'm going to want that, you need to get to level 4 and you get to the lem station. So what we will do I have any building blocks on me? No, I don't. There, for the time being.
Dialogue. Of course. You can't upload a disc into your brain and suddenly learn Kung Fu.
A gal
Nice.
placeholder dialogue.
So if we look at this, you can see all the bits and pieces that we've gained over this amount of time. I don't have anything currently equipped. And now that has increased my max stamina by 30. Okay, as you can see by the star, there should be a rupture relatively shortly, so we can this isn't the royal way, what the heck am I talking about? So I can show you what's going on with that, but like I say, a couple of the good things. The models, they're really cool. The bad things, well, like I say, as I said earlier, preface, it is a playtest. You can't expect everything to work perfectly, but the frame rate sucks in this game. Now, don't know about you, I don't have the best PC. Doesn't have the biggest graphics card, doesn't have the biggest processor. It's got a fair whack of RAM, so it should be able to run it. And I can run Satisfactory at 4K and never have an issue. No hitching, no nothing. This, I've got to run in 1080, and I've got to have everything on medium settings just to even get this. I mean, sometimes it's relatively okay right now, but it can turn into a slideshow. Quite often doesn't respect button presses, especially like if you're changing from one, like your build tool, through to your gun. You have to let go of the trigger just to ensure that you're going to be able to actually use the build tool or your gun, which is a bit weird, gotta be honest, a bit weird. There's a few hitches rolling over things, but look, there are boulders on the ground. You can't expect to run across those big boulders and not have to jump over them. One of the things I do like, if we're running and you press your left control, that saves you so much time. If you're running away from the greeblies, then this is really cool. Now, for some reason, I was going to go check up on the production here. It's not building what I want. And I have a suspicion that I've told it to get the wrong thing. So let's just check on that, shall we? Yes, I have. I've put it on the wrong belt. So let me go change that. See that? Jumping off of that? I mean, look at it. It's like a bloody slideshow, and it gets worse. Greeblies. Now, there's basically 4 greeblies in the game. You've got the little dudes, little melee dudes. You've got the big melee dudes. Then you've got the blue dudes, and the blue ones are the ones that explode and then basically strip. And as you can hear, there's some little greeblies coming my way. I just saw a little greebly anyway.
Rupture activity. I recommend finding a safe place.
I gotta go back home instead of coming this way, but it will give us an opportunity to show you what's in that hole. Another good thing, just check that out. If you're caught out in that, gone burger.
Rupture's eruption has started. Star Rupture has started. Hide. Extreme temperature detected.
Now, I don't know if there are going to be any sort of underground caves that you can access normally all the time, which would allow you to hide. That might be something that's slated for later in the early access. But yeah, look at that. That is pretty cool. And all the sounds of the whole of the metal box that you're in, expanding, contracting, gives you a little bit of a ah. Alright, we're here. Now, as you can see, the Rupture has gotten rid of all of the vegetation, which it does with all the other vegetation around as well. So now, we can get down into here. Now, you can use your jump thing. Let's put my torch on. And under here, you're going to find these suckers. If we get close enough,
That's a snack.
we can get glow caps. Now, there does appear only to be 2 in this one. There's something through there, but I haven't managed to get through there yet. And as you can see, there are more glow caps. Still can't mine any of it. And when you want to get back out, you climb up those. Kind of intrigued. Did I miss something over? I did miss something over here. Well, you look at that. And to get back out, you walk up to this, and you just keep pressing forward. And away we go. So that will then give you the glow caps. Now they can eat for effects, gain 20 calories, has massive resist properties. So you can use these in other recipes, but I haven't gotten even bothering to look into what that costs us yet, because the amount that you need far outweighs the amount that I can be bothered waiting for the Star Rupture and going down those all the time. So, yeah, look at this. See all this, the burning stuff flying all over the place. That's really cool. Alright, I am going to meet you elsewhere, so I'll bring you back in when I get there. Little bit of texture work needs to be done here. I don't know if that's really going to bother me or anything like that, but just as an aside. Oh, keep your eye out for these guys. These guys are all over the place. Obviously, they didn't get inside quick enough. Now, I built I wouldn't say a sizable base over here. I built sort of a forward base that allows me to get to and from that area that has that massive spaceship looking wreck. Come on. I don't really want that. So as you can see, there are more things. There's another one over there. You can't see it in the, obviously, for the mist that's everywhere. But yeah, that thing, that's pretty phenomenal. You wander around in there, take a lot of ammo. Take a hell of a lot of ammo. As you can see, I've set up a whole pile of defenses down here. Now this, as you can see, these are outside the range of the core, which means that they're not getting power. Because only things that are inside the range of your core are going to be cooled down. As you can see, I've got one up there, and that one's going to be shut down as well. And that basically is just making a whole pile, well, not a whole pile, but it's making a fair whack of the basic building blocks so I could produce a load of ammo to go into that area there. But the reason why we're here is I've mentioned the 3 greeblies so far. You've got the little melee dudes, you've got the big melee dudes, and then you've got the green spitters. I don't know who thought it was a great idea, but you can be targeted by the green spitters without them ever having seen you. They have unerring accuracy and unnerving accuracy as well, and they spit green, well, acid, I guess is what it is.
A biologist placeholder dialogue.
So that being the case, you kind of have to just run away at the moment. Haven't found any way of getting around it.
Arcadia
Apart
7
from
has
just
finished regenerating.
running away as quickly as you possibly bloody can. Because you will die. Because not only do they destroy your shield, they stop you pretty much from moving anywhere. And once they destroy your shield, well, they don't stop you, but you slow down to an absolute crawl, which means you can't escape the splash effect of the grenades, mortar-style grenades that they send your way. Now, one of the things that they normally do is they spawn down in here. Now, I put a whole pile of guns down there, and even when they're active, they don't shoot them, which is kind of strange. It's a little annoying, to be perfectly honest. Now, if I wanted this to be working all the time, I would really want to put another core here. Are they out of ammo? They are out of ammo. Let's just load them up with ammo, and I'm going to go get some more ammo, so I'll be back in a moment. Okay, another one of those. Well, I wouldn't call it bad. I'd definitely call it weird. Oh, you see what I mean? You've got some structures over... Pardon me. Structures over there, and then you've also got that thing over there. Don't know what that is. Anyway, regardless of that, another one of the weird things. I can't really say it's bad, can't really say it's ugly, but it's just bloody weird. Actually, I don't want that. I want the build tool. Let's build a habitat, shall we? Let's grab some basic building blocks and then build a habitat.
Gotcha.
So we're going to want to build it right there. Because we want to be as close to that as possible so we can get back quickly enough. There. Right, so. Nothing about it being unstable, nothing about anything. Why is that colliding with something? If I can build the actual habitat itself, I should be able to put a door in there, but no, you can't. And it won't let you do it. And it happens in a couple of different areas, and there's no rhyme, no reason why that is the case. Let's get rid of that. I definitely didn't want to get rid of that. Now, we can build that there. We still can't build that there, but we could build it over there. I don't understand why it does these things. I really don't. There's nothing that says you're within or out of range of anything. You just can't build it. But you can build a habitat. Get up here. Now you'll notice, for some reason, this one, it doesn't have the yellow box surrounding it. So if we now go there, we can build that. But for some reason, as soon as you get closer than this, you can't. It's got that yellow box around the entire thing, but the further you move away, it's colliding with that. As you can see, there's no yellow box surrounding the upper structure. No rhyme, no reason. Don't understand why, but that's just a weird thing. Let's get these back. I don't really want that sitting there. Right. Now, remember I was talking about good, the bad? Exploration. Definitely good. Has some issues. And as you can see, the frames are getting pretty darn horrendous around here. There's another hitch. I'm thinking it's kind of loading something in. I mean, this is running off a super fast SSD with 32 gigs of RAM, which should be enough. But still, it hitches all over the place. Ooh, look at that. There's a green thing that I can collect. I had a whole pile of those green suckers over here earlier on, and they were just shooting at my factory. I'm kind of thinking maybe if I put a turret down there, then I could maybe defend it more, but they have more range than the turret, so if they spawn outside of the range of the turret, they can attack it, even if they can't see it, and away you go. How many of these have respawned? Now the one thing I've noticed since I've been doing this is the music has gone up in volume again. Why, I don't know. Let's go to the audio. Even though I put it down to 30, the audio volume has gone up a hell of a lot. Come on. And that was it saving the settings. So yeah, a lot of optimization still needs to be done. But look at this. That is so cool. Come with a lot of weapons. A lot of ammo, sorry. There is a whole pile of Greeblies down there you've got to get rid of. See, now that's... You see that's lit up over there? Well, it was lit up a second ago. It's not anymore. I'm kind of thinking it's another one of those. You've got to get closer for it not to do that. Do I need more? I do need more, don't I? Gonna have to pick up some more food shortly. Yeah, definitely go exploring down in here. One thing I'd like to see, there is an audio log down there. I have to go back and find it. But it would be nice to have something that you could check up on all the audio logs that you've listened to. So you kind of piece a bit more together when you're running around. Because there are some things you will forget. I can guarantee you that. I think it's too close to when the Rupture happened for these to spawn back in yet then. Which means I'm probably going to have to fight my way out if I go down there. But check that out. So, in kind of breaking all that down, not so many bad things, not so many ugly things. Well, there is only one ugly thing, and that is the fact that the frames suck terribly. Okay, what's just happened there? There we go. Yeah, the frames can absolutely suck, and it hitches awfully. Absolutely awfully. But again, like I say, this is a playtest. You shouldn't expect everything to be perfect in the playtest. But I'm just hoping that they get it sorted before they put it into early release. Because if it comes out like this in early release, there's no way in hell I'd be buying it. Not in a million years. It's just not worth putting up with so much jank.
Acquired.
But, I mean, it says 2025 for the early release. If it's December, that gives them another, what, 4.5, 5 months to get everything sorted. So it'll have to be actually pretty cool if they can do that. I'm kind of pissed about those green things, because I've been killed a couple of times, the green Greeblies that is, because, like I said, they can target you, and they can fire at you without you seeing them, without them seeing you, and the only way of getting back from here over to the main base is to just wait until there's a rupture and run back while everything is destroyed. which is a pain in the ass. A right roll pain in the ass. So if we come down into here, I mean, look at this. Now I know I'm running, and it gets worse when you try and pick stuff up as well. And don't get me wrong, has issues. I like this game. I'm willing to put up with some jank, but if I'm paying for it, I'm not putting up with this sort of frame drops all the time. It does affect your aiming and your shooting as well. Anything else I can think of? Oh, yeah. And I'll show you when we get back to... I'll have to get back to the base first, and I'll show you what I mean for this next one. This is... I wouldn't say it's ugly. I'd say it's jank rather than ugly. But it's a little bit frustrating. Especially if you're a bit anal retentive like I can be on certain things. Like if I'm building a factory in Satisfactory or Dyson Sphere project, I like to have everything set up and set out so it works really, really nicely. And it looks good. You can't do that in this game. And like I said, I'll get back and I'll show you what I mean with that.
Come here.
Okay, just as a quick comparison, like I said earlier, I've run Satisfactory and a lot of other games in 4K, and I can do it without no problems. I can't, even in 1080, it hitches. I've just turned it down to 720. Now, look at it. It's still not great. But, hey, optimization. Definitely need optimization. We'll see how that goes. Alright, see? Same hitching. Even a little bit more. But yeah, that definitely needs... I'm not going to buy a 5090 just to get a game. And I probably think you'll probably want. And even then, I've heard some really weird stories about some of the things that have been happening with games and 5090s these days. And a lot of jittering and stuttering and stuff like that. And then ghosting. This is still going on. Right, we're going to get to the last little bit that I think is a little jank. It's kind of peeves off my, what do I call it? Anal retentiveness, I guess. And that is, if we go into build mode, let's just, for instance, say we want to put down a furnace. And then press C. If you look in the bottom, it says drone tool. And you come up like this. Now, I'm not sure whoever thought this was a good idea, but I've got to disagree with you on this one. I know I'm not a programmer, maybe there's a limitation of what we're talking about here, but see these guys, right? All my fabricators, they're 3 wide, and the output is right in the middle. All of these are 2 wide, which means you can never have a straight output. So you can't get nice, neat factories set up. It's all going to be different. And it's a little infuriating, to be honest. I mean, that is... I could just move that one over here and that then would be okay. Because that would make sense. But, yeah, the way they've set this out is a little bit... Yeah... It's a little annoying, I'll be honest. I mean, if you look at the transfer rails, for instance, they're all 1 square. I reckon you could quite easily stick that onto 1 square, and then you're going to have everything set up as that. But like I say, that's just me and my anal retentiveness and the way I like
Energy
to do
thanks
things.
you for another shipment.
Woohoo.
According to their observations, Your production has not damaged the environment.
I can't
The
remember
amount
exactly
of
what I was
greenhouse
building.
gases in Arcadia 7's atmosphere has not changed.
What was I making for them? What was it? Moon energy. There we go. Ah, more inventory upgrades. Increase the fog of war area uncovered by the player by 15%.
Due to your
really
hard work,
care.
we have decided to increase the capacity of your pockets. Your inventory has been updated, and you can now
Yay.
fit more items into it.
It's a bit late at the moment because I don't really need any more. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Like I said, I'm not coming from a major gamer, I'm not coming from a major game channel or anything like that. It's just some observations that I've made. So, in recap, all of these models, they look fantastic. They really do. They look absolutely brilliant. I love the idea of having storage areas. You've got more than one input on a lot of these when you need multiple stuff. On other ones, you've got triple inputs. Like this little sucker here, which I still haven't moved titanium production over because I just couldn't be bothered, to be perfectly honest. Actually, now that that doesn't need this, can I make that work? Let's just get rid of that for the time being. I wonder. Come here. I want to stick you. I don't think that will work there, but I think I can make it work to there. There we go, that'll automate that. Dead easy. Jank, but dead easy. So yeah, all these models are fantastic. I love the exploration idea of the game. I love the fact that you build stuff and that can then upgrade your character, upgrade the things that you can carry, upgrade the things that you can build. I like the idea of finding all of the edibles.
That's a snack.
Upgrading all of those so they make them better. And one of the best things I've found are these, the aqua bars. 60 hydration, which is a fair whack more than the 18. Okay, yeah, it takes I think 5 to make one of these, which means that is... Let me double check on that. Let's go check on that one, shall we? Because I don't exactly remember off the top of my head what it is. So we need 5 of those and 1 of the serpent roots. The serpent roots, you find those over in where the helium deposits are, over that way. And you occasionally find some greeblies. The bad, I say bad, it's definitely the way you're going to perceive things, whether it's bad or not. Not much really. I don't like the idea of the green greeblies being able to detect you, target you and fire at you with never seeing you, and the fact that not only when you get hit by one of their things you can barely move a centimeter and it strips you of your shield pretty darn quick and you end up dead pretty darn quick. And sometimes the only way of getting from A to B, i.e. way over that way, is to wait till there's a rupture and then run over there while they're all dead. Yeah, not a great game idea. The ugly? Good God, the frame hitching is horrendous. Absolutely bloody horrendous. But again, like I said, when I started this, you got to preface this out. This is just a work in progress test. That's it. There's always obviously a lot more that they're going to be working on this, so that's probably going to change a lot. And that's it. So lots of good, a couple of little bad things that peeved me off more than anything else, and one ugly thing that just would make me say I'm not buying it, not even remotely in this condition. But we'll have to see how that turns out when the early access turns up, whenever that's going to be. Anyway, that's my thoughts for now, from a complete Gumby to... just a complete Gumby about what I think about Star Rupture. Overall, really like the game. Really want it to go more. Better, should I say. A lot more development, and it's probably going to turn out into be an absolutely funky game. See how that hitch? Did you see that hitch on the right there? When it goes from producing, and then when it goes from digging, it just speeds up, slows down, speeds up. I don't know if that's deliberate or not, but it's weird that it does that. It's almost like it's loading in a brand new texture every single time. Anyway, that's all for me. Hope I didn't peeve too many people off. Take care now.